What's up, everybody? I'm Shout Out the Boss. That's Boss with a zero.
My name is BxA Dragon. The J is silent.
I'm Poyolo.
And I'm Wart 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 1, super contagious.
And welcome to the third episode of the Johncast. And we're going to be talking about Halo. There's going to be spoilers ahead, so if you haven't played Halo or done all that book reading stuff and you're meaning to get into it, now is the time to turn around and get into it first. But if you're here just to learn about Halo, then you're in the right place.
Also, this message is brought to you by The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
That's false advertisement, thank you.
that is false advertisement.
Okay, this isn't brought to you by The Witcher 3. This is... Shut up.
Poyolo is enjoying The Witcher 3 as we record this podcast. It just came out, and he's loving it, apparently.
So metal. I'm finding a giant moose demon werewolf thing.
Does it have antlers
Yes.
and fur?
Yes.
Huh. That reminds me of...
Does it have lycanthropy?
No, then it would just be a werewolf.
That reminds me of a skin in Smite for Fenrir. Wreck the
This reminds me of The Witcher 3 because that's what it is.
Get wrecked, Shadow.
No Castlevania anywhere in there?
No, Castlevania is for Romanians.
Hey, what's wrong with Romanians?
I didn't say that was a bad thing, even though it totally is because the Romanians aren't American.
So Americans...
What's wrong with non-Americans?
Everything.
Well, it's not the right way.
What about Master Chief? He's not American, technically. Is there something wrong
We
with
don't
him?
know that.
Yes.
He might have been American
He
made.
has an American accent, so
I need a weapon.
His name is John.
close enough.
How can you get more American than John?
John Doe. Imagine that's his last name.
I hate you.
No. His name would be John Washington, thank you.
John Washington. Yeah.
John Lincoln.
John Tron.
I hate you.
John. Johncast.
Ah, maybe that's Master Chief's
I'm gonna
last
put
name.
you in a cast when I beat you to death.
We're just loving all these puns. So, for the games for Halo, which Halo have you guys been playing?
Yes.
Um,
The Master Chief
the
Collection?
yeah, the Master Chief Collection. But before that, I was playing a lot of Reach and ODST because I thought they were actually kind of fun.
True.
Halo
This
ODST.
was
3.
actually a lot of fun.
What were you saying, Poyolo?
Halo 3 probably is probably in my top 5 games with most hours played. Possibly top 3. I played that game
Actually,
so much.
Yeah.
For me, that's the least game I've ever played was Halo 3. I didn't like it that much. And I think it's because
That's
I had a
because
bad
you didn't
experience
have
with
friends.
it. No. Well,
Cold.
not only that, but I had a bad experience with it, so that's probably why I don't play it as much.
What, you
What
didn't
was a
make
bad
a friend?
experience?
Well, okay, so I pre-ordered it at GameStop, right?
Uh-huh.
And I go to the midnight release, and they didn't have my game. So
Messed
that's
up.
that's strike one. Anyways, I go to GameStop the next day, and I pick up my game, and they felt bad for losing my game, so they gave me a free shirt. And I was like, okay, cool, this kind of makes up for it. They gave me the shirt in the wrong size, so it's too small for me.
Damn.
Couldn't wear it. It sucked. So,
Strike
going
number
around, the strike number 2. I played the game, and I beat the game in I beat the campaign in like 5 hours. And I was kind of upset about it because I was hoping it'd be a little bit longer. But then again, play with some I did play with some friends, so we kind of just blazed through it. So that could have been the reason why. And then also, I couldn't really understand the whole plot and what was going on. Maybe because I was only like 13 when it came out, so I was too busy just excited the fact that I was playing Halo and I didn't care about the story. Maybe if I played it again now, I might like it a little bit more. But to me, it was the worst Halo game that was made. And then when ODST was made, it brought it back because I really liked Firefight.
You.
Firefight is a lot of fun. But speaking about
Firefight,
ODST,
yes. ODSC, no.
speaking about ODST, it is supposed to be coming out for the Halo Master Chief Collection sometime this month, apparently. Would you guys be playing that when it comes back out?
Yes.
Probably. Just because I
Probably.
really like Firefight. I'm only going to play it just for Firefight. That's it.
I hope
I'm just
it
gonna
is.
play it because I'm a Halo slut.
Who's not gonna redo that last level on Legendary with the Iron Skull on? I mean, come on. Bracket hogs.
That means more achievements too, and more achievement hunting. That game has a lot of gamer score.
Yeah, my friend is like 90% complete with all the achievements in that game.
I'm
Your friend
barely
is an achievement slut.
I'm barely scratching
He-
25%.
He's very much an achievement whore.
Yeah.
He has like 900 hours.
Dang, that's a lot of hours.
It's not enough hours.
I'm not even sure I was alive for that many hours.
He plays games just to get all the achievements. He doesn't enjoy them anymore.
He's an achievement hunter.
Is that? Yeah, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, no, playing games
It-
is fun. Hunting for
But
achievements gives you something to do.
just depends on how you look at it. Because some people just don't play it for the fun. They just play it so they can have a high gamer score and then brag about how they have a higher gamer score. But
And then complain
if you're
about
having
how
fun,
bad the game
yeah,
is.
yes.
I hate people
But
I
if
that
you're
do
do
having
it for the
that.
fun doing it,
funsies.
if you're having fun doing it, like if that's like your hobbyist stuff, then that's cool. But if you're just doing it to be a dick, then
Yeah, that's
that's
not
So
not
I
cool.
just
that's not nice.
realized that Halo 3 is 8 years old, and that makes me feel really old.
That makes you feel old. Do you hear about the
Don't
Leroy
it?
Jenkins video? It just turned 10.
Well, who cares about Leroy Jenkins?
He didn't watch that until like 2 years ago.
I watched it probably when it first went viral.
Well,
To this
you
day, I
know,
still watch it
it
every
was
now and then.
contagious, just like me.
I don't get it.
But yeah,
You're supposed to
What-
laugh. Ha!
So, what would your guys' least favorite Halo game be?
ODST.
ODST?
Why ODST?
Because I hate jazz with a fiery burning passion, so when I'm walking through the city trying to kill brutes, it's just like it's like I don't like
I
that.
Great
like
jazz.
I like jazz.
So, okay, so if they took Jazz out of the game, would you have liked it a little bit more?
Yeah, that would help a lot, really. And also, I mean, I wasn't as good at video games as I am now when I played ODST, and I just wandered around the city like, where am I going? And I'd go back and forth. And also because really it just felt more like a glorified expansion pass. Or I mean, not like a DLC.
Oh, it kind of was a big
Yeah, but it was
DLC.
$60.
Was it? Would you think it would be worth the $60 now?
No,
Like if it just
probably
came out
maybe
brand
40.
new,
Maybe 40.
40. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I mean, it is using the same multiplayer as Halo 3, so it kind of is like
Exact
a
same.
expansion. Yeah.
And there's not really, that's
Well-
not even like a real like story continuation. It's just kind of a weird little offset that doesn't even matter. Like, oh, hey, check it out,
Mubasa
engineers.
is a very important storyline element.
You're an important storyline element.
Your mom. So my least favorite Halo game, even though I have not played it, would have to be Spartan Assault.
Oh, come on, that doesn't count.
That counts as a game. And that's
I
my
mean,
least
it
favorite.
is a Halo game, but it's not
That's
it's
not
a Halo
really
game just because
canon.
of the title.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why it counts as a Halo game because of the title.
Okay. So if we're going off of console exclusives, then I guess it would have to be Halo 4 as my least favorite.
Gasp.
And the reason why it's my least favorite is because of the multiplayer. The multiplayer I feel like could have been way better. They left out a lot of fun game types, like custom game types that we could use. I remember back in custom game days, back in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, where we would have game nights for days, for weeks, months. Every week we'd have a game night, and there was always something we can do. It would be race, it would be fat kid, it would be uh, toilet or something. I forgot what it was called.
I was a very fat kid.
Yeah. Those game types were a lot of fun to play, even though they got kind of repetitive after a while. But, so many people started making maps because they saw these maps. They're like, I want to make something like this, but with this twist. So you have a good friends list, if you have like a full friends list, and everybody played Halo, you'd have a bunch of people trying to compete with each other, trying to make better maps, and they'll turn out to be even more better game types. That's why 3 and Reach are my favorites. 4, the storyline was great, but well, it added more depth in Master Chief, which I
It
liked compared
was
to the other ones. It was like I need a weapon and just shoot her.
Kinda. I mean, I don't know. I think Halo 4 more or less opened the door. Like, in my opinion, it seems like Halo 4 was more just there to get us ready for Halo 5.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job showing that they were different authors for the game now.
What do you
They
mean?
didn't try to make it the same as the last Halos, like a lot of people wanted.
Hmm.
They went in a different direction. My least favorite was Halo 4. I did not enjoy the multiplayer at all, like I did the other games. It was much too competitive and much too tense. It was not fun like it used to be.
And your favorite?
Um, Probably Halo 2 because I've played that the least.
You played it the least, therefore it's your favorite?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't overplayed.
True.
yep. Um, for games that I have straight up hour time in, Halo 3. I did enjoy Halo Wars quite a bit though, but
I did
I
too.
like
Mm-hmm.
RTS games.
I enjoyed Halo Wars. It didn't get as much praise as it should have. Oh, it's an RTS of a game that's supposed to be a first-person shooter. So,
I feel,
Actually,
yeah,
Halo 1 was originally planned to be an RTS, but then StarCraft 1 came out beforehand, so it became a first-person shooter.
yes. And it was also, fun fact, supposed to come out for the Mac, and it did not.
Also, fun fact, facts are fun.
Also, fun fact: has anyone played Marathon Man?
I have played Marathon Durandal on the Xbox
I've played
360.
Marathon Man. I like it better than Doom.
Since that was what wasn't that what originated Halo?
Marathon, yeah. And Myth
It's
and Oni, and it's a combination of every project that Bungie has worked on in the past, really.
Yeah, it's very, very loosely related to Halo. It was also like what their first game.
I don't think Marathon was their first game.
Shadow, what's your favorite Halo game?
I said it, 3 in Reach.
Oh yeah. Oh, you were talking about Forza. I don't know you meant like overall.
What
Oh,
what's your
Oh, I
overall
favorite
thought.
Poyolo?
favorite? 3 because of the experience I had with the clan members and all that stuff.
Cool.
Now, was three when in the story mode where you have to where the flood was pretty much like the main bad guys and you had to fight like this giant plant-looking thing, or it was the one like
That was
the
more
main?
like 2.
Well,
Was it two?
in two you meet the Grave Mind, but you don't see his face ever again after that cutscene in the middle of Halo 2.
And after the credits.
No, you don't even see his face then either. You just see his tentacles move.
Whatever.
It is a big difference.
Did anyone else think Little Shop of Horrors when when you guys saw that?
Don't know what that is.
Never watched
It's
Mm.
it.
it's a play and it's about a killing plant and I don't know if it was just my imagination because again I was like 10 when Halo 2 was out, so it looked like a giant killing plant to me.
Yeah, it looked like a Venus flytrap when I first saw it.
I think
Yeah.
Halo was actually one of the first games I played out of order. Also, I got Halo 2 before I got Halo.
I had the original Xbox when I was a kid, and my cousin was like bragging to everybody, like, "Oh, look at me, I'm really good at this game," and would play with us, and he would just destroy us because nobody else had it. Then we ended up getting the game too. It's the first Halo. We ended up getting it, and then we ended up having system link parties inside our house, LAN parties,
Ha,
and
I remember
we'd
those.
hook up the Xboxes to a bunch of different TVs and hook them up through like a router, and it was amazing.
I
Uh,
remember the first time I played Halo. It was the first Halo. I went to my friend's house and like this is when first person shooters are getting good, popular. They I don't know, I just like hit on top of it. Was the map with the big radar spinning radar dish in the middle.
Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Zanzibar.
I'd jump on top of those three prongs and I guess they never looked up and I just always jumped down on top of them and hit him in the back. And they just called me
Remember,
like a freaking ghost.
That's called a
remember
ninja.
the day I got Halo 1? I had the original Xbox set up and I was playing it. Me and my mom used to play games together a lot. And she comes home, she's like, "Hey, I found this at a pawn shop." I was like, "I don't know, it looks weird." But then we played it and I was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing."
It's amazing. So
I
amazing.
remember playing Halo 1. My uncle actually owned an Xbox. Well, he had the original Xbox and he had Halo. I just didn't have it. I had Halo 2. Um, but yeah, I remember playing it I was in the fourth grade, I think, when I started playing it. And then my uncle's I came home from school one day 'cause my uncle used to live with me. He's like, "Hey, I got this new game. Let's play it." and that was the first time I ever pulled an all-nighter because
Nice.
we're too far into the game, and we were on that can't stop, won't stop vibe, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Sounds like fun. I haven't pulled an all-nighter in a while.
The
Well,
latest I've been up in a long time is like maybe 4 in the morning.
Does it count if my sleep schedule is usually having me stay up all night?
not really.
Okay.
Because you sleep. Pulling an all-nighter means no sleep till
Those
Brooklyn.
are not very fun, honestly.
They are if you're doing something fun.
Yeah, but by the time you get around to the end of it, it's like 7 or 8 in the morning, and you just feel like you're gonna die. Or as Bilbo puts it in Lord of the Rings, like butter scraped over too much bread.
How does that make you feel?
Last time I did an all-nighter was actually last weekend. I got out of work at 11 o'clock and I had to be back in at 4 in the morning.
Damn, that's
So I
brutal.
went to go watch Mad Max and then I went back to work.
How is it? Is it good?
No spoilers.
Okay, without giving any spoilers, I
Mm.
honestly can't give you an honest opinion about it yet because I still don't know how I feel about it. And I was watching the movie and I thought it was just a remake. So I was watching it and I was enjoying it, and they were doing a couple of scenes where I thought they would explain later on in the movie. Until 20 minutes until the movie's over, I dropped my popcorn and I realized I'm watching a sequel. So if you haven't seen the other Mad Max movies, I would recommend watching them first and then watching this one. But without watching the other ones and just going to watch it as a movie, overall I thought it was pretty good. My favorite character, if you guys are planning on watching it, all I'm gonna say is my favorite character in the entire movie is the guy playing the guitar. And if anyone's listening, or listeners to this Johncast, you'll know who I'm talking about because everyone's gonna be losing their shit and be like, "Yes, I know who you're talking about. That guy's awesome." And there's also I call it a Bane versus Bane fight because he ends up fighting a guy and his costume is like if Bane lived in the Mad Max universe. So overall, I thought it was really good. If you're going in thinking it's a remake, it's actually a sequel. Um, don't go in with high expectations, not because it's a bad movie, because you might have a different opinion on it than me. I thought it was really good. I would recommend it, but I don't want to overhype it and then people listening to this video and then be like, "No, shut up, you're dumb. That movie sucked."
Did
Are there a lot of
anyone's
big
nose get
explosions?
bitten off?
Alright,
Not bitten off, but more ripped off.
let's get back on topic.
Okay.
Wait,
So,
one more
Sorry,
question. Are there a lot
I
of
didn't
big
mean to have that little
explosions?
moment. Huh?
Are there a lot of big explosions?
of course, the trailer had a
Oh,
bunch.
this is
Awesome.
Alright, so,
Michael Bay.
have any of you guys read any of the Halo books at all?
I have.
I've read the first one.
not. No, I haven't. I've read one, but that was like based off the Halo 1 game, and that was back when Halo 1 first came out, so that's the last book I've read about Halo.
Which book was
So
that? Fall of Reach?
I don't even remember. I just felt like the biggest badass at school because Halo was the biggest thing, and I had a book on Halo, and I was like, yeah, my parents love me. Do your parents get you one?
I just finished
I don't.
reading Ghosts of Onyx not too long ago.
That's about Spartan 3s being training the Spartan or the Spartan 2s training the Spartan 3s.
This was one of the Spartan 2s training the
Yeah.
Spartan 3s.
Yeah. That's I know it has Lucy in it, and then it has that other
It has all of Blue
Spartan.
Team. Everybody
That's
except
true.
Master Chief. So yeah, Ghosts of Onyx was a pretty great read. Well, I don't know if you guys want to read the book if you're listening to this, but if you are gonna read it, then just mute it for like about 20 seconds. Right now. So towards the end of the book, you see like everybody trapped up in that little room. The rest of Blue Team trapped in that little room.
Yeah, that's the part where they entered that teleporter thing, right?
Yeah, and I haven't read any of the books further than that. But if let's say Halo 5 takes place right after that, then I can see like Master Chief rescuing them from there.
Yeah, 'cause like I feel that part has never been concluded in like the entire Halo verse.
Yeah. So how many books did you read, Ward?
I've read The Fall of Reach, First Strike, Ghost of Onyx, The Flood, Contact Harvest. I've read Cold Protocol. I've read Evolutions, and I've also read a lot of the Forerunner saga, first and second book.
It's a lot of reading.
Not for me.
Well, it is for me. I don't have
I
much
think
I've
you've
read
read.
4 books in the past 2 days.
So what
That's
can
more than I've read in my life.
what can you tell us about the books? Like stuff that we won't know about just playing the games. What can you tell us about them?
Um, I like Evolution. That's probably my favorite book. It gives you a lot of side stories that are canon and related to the Halo universe. Like there's this one scene in the book where a person got infected by the flood, but he had such a strong conscience, he was able to repel the Gravemind's influence, sort of, but the flood parasite was still controlling his body.
Damn.
And they had captured him, and they were trying to bring him back to Earth to research him. And what he does, they have him chained against the wall, and he like breaks free and hits like the guards away from him. And there's a researcher, and she like throws a grenade down an air duct and blows the ship up.
Wow. That actually sounds
I
pretty
I, I
intense.
pulled a lot of data or information off from that, but just because I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on. It's pretty crazy. That's probably my most memorable scene in all of the books.
Out of Ghost of Onyx, what I read, my most memorable scene from that book would probably have to be the oh crap, what was it? Oh, I just lost it. It just escaped my head. Poyolo,
Hmm?
what was your most memorable part of the books?
There's that one part in The Fall of Reach, since that was the only one I read, when that thing blew up. No, it's that really cool part when it's talking about keys, and he like pulled some crazy maneuvers and completely wrecked the Covenant. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, I heard about that in game.
Keys is great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He likes to wreck people's face with his maneuvers.
Wreck the halls.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I hate you.
Yeah, my most
Ha!
memorable part from the books from Ghost of Onyx was probably towards the end when the Covenant are just surrounding Blue Team and the Spartan Threes, and it just turns into like an all-out like battle of wits. It's just a straight up battle of wits.
Mm.
It's just like
So
a
the trees
small.
are fighting each other?
No, no, no. Is Blue Team is a Master Chief Spartan 2 team. It's all his friends pretty much from training. And the rest of the
Training.
Spartan threes that survived, and Dr. Halsey and Chief Mendes. So all of them are standing in the middle of this room, pretty much. It's like a little hill in the middle of the room, and they have limited weapons. They have limited personnel, so they're outmanned, outgunned, and they have to use their wits to completely survive this huge wave of Covenant coming from all sides, pretty much. And they use like mines, and they use the Covenant's weapon against them, and they use snipers, and they just pretty much just take out a whole wave of them just coming from every single side. Then another wave comes in, and they just freaking fight a whole bunch pretty much until
I
the
remember.
hunters come in.
Yeah, this is where one of them got hit by a blast and like almost got torn in half.
Yeah, freaking what was it? Will. Will died. He was
Spoiler
fighting.
alert.
Well, this whole thing is a spoiler. Will died when fighting. What was it? Two hunters at the same time, and he was just trying to evade the blades being thrown and the shots being shot. And eventually, I think he gets hit by one of the blasts, gets back up, like really wounded, and then just gets hit by one of the blades from the hunters.
He got wrecked basically.
Pretty much.
I like that part in Fall of Reach when Chief kills like 3 ODST in the freaking gym. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it's really cool at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
the book that happened in.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was just training in the gym, and the 3 ODST were like picking on him for no reason or something.
Actually, I
And
think
then
one lived.
no, he killed three. Probably injured one.
There was 4 of
Oh,
them.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
And he took a freaking a bench press thing,
And completely wrecked
and
the guy.
he just swung it with one arm, kill 3, injured 1. That's probably one of his defining moments as a Spartan. That's him with no armor on, as a
Yeah,
teenager.
okay. Yeah, he was like 12 or 13
Yeah.
in that part. And Halo 1 takes place how long after Reach?
Immediately after, probably.
Basically, Chief is in like his early 20s, right? Something like that.
I think when you first play as Chief, or when first he's introduced, he's around 16 when he first sees actual combat. Most of the Spartans are around that age.
Well, how old is Master Chief when you play as him in Combat Evolved?
In Combat Evolved, I think he's like 30.
No, because Combat Evolved takes place right after Reach.
The attack on Reach, yeah.
Yeah, well, Reach isn't the first. Reach is like there's.
But
Because
I know
Reach
Chief
does take
couldn't have
place
been.
before.
Yeah, Chief couldn't have been 30 years old in Combat Evolved. There's no way.
Yeah, well, he's been fighting the Covenant for a while. It hasn't just been
Yeah,
like
but it hasn't
Reach and
been
him.
like
Okay, my
20
battery's
something
dead.
years.
I finish what you're saying, Wart?
Yeah, he's like 48 at the end of Halo.
Yeah, which one, 4?
4. Yeah.
No, if he's 30, let's say he is 30 at Combat Evolved, then all those events don't. No, they
Let's
happen
let's
a lot
let's do the
faster.
math. Let's do the math, okay? So if he's what 48, you said, Wart?
He's pretty old. He's been fighting for at least 30 years because
Okay,
that's how long the Human Covenant Wars.
okay. So if he's 48 towards the end of Halo 4, let's subtract
He's
5
probably he's
years.
probably older.
Let's subtract 5 years back to Halo 3. Let's
I'm about to look
subtract
it up.
a year. He was probably like 40. If that's right, he's probably 40 at the beginning of Combat
Yeah,
Evolved.
because Halo Reach is the first colony lost in the inner colonies.
Are
That's
you
why it's
sure?
such a major point. Like the first
No.
actual colony that matters.
Well, from what I understand, Reach was a really, really militarized planet, and they lost it in a day, in hours actually. And having a huge planet, not huge planet, but like a huge military influenced planet being taken out so fast that drained the hopes of humanity. And Earth was the last thing that was left, pretty much. Not the last, but like the last important thing left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oni, you frick.
Speaking of Oni, you guys watched Nightfall?
Drip, drip, drip.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Nightfall introduced the character Agent Locke to the Halo universe, and we see him as an ODST. Well, not an ODST, but like a. Well, he's wearing ODST armor, but he's Oni. This is pretty much before he becomes a Spartan 4 in Halo 5. So this is his origin story, pretty much. At the end of Nightfall, him and one other person survive, Macer. And Macer
She
ends
was
up.
kind of hot.
She was really hot. She has some nice boobies.
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I said she had all those cakes and it wasn't even anyone's birthday yet.
Would you like to know more?
About Locke?
It's a reference because
Starship
they fight
Troopers?
on a planet and the planet's full of all those bugs, and it's a reference
Starship
to
Troopers.
yeah.
Those bugs are hunter worms.
Yep.
They're called the Let Golo. Jeez, like you don't know nothing.
Hey, excuse me. That place that they're fighting in was the one of the pieces from the first Halo game. So I liked how it was Halo related, unlike Forward Unto Dawn. But
Forward Unto Dawn was an origin story.
yeah, it was an origin story for Lasky, which
Okay,
we
so
really didn't see him fleshed out in Halo 4 as much. They led up to this is Lasky, he's important, and Halo 4 he was only like in a handful of cutscenes.
real quick, I just looked it up. Master
She
Chief's
never even
46
held
years
a
old.
gun.
46?
46.
Oh, okay.
I was
21.
close.
You weren't that off. So yeah, at the end of Nightfall, Macer and Locke are the last survivors. And in Halo 5, it looks like we're actually able to play as four different people, which, if you do the math, four different people, four-player co-op. If you look back at Halo 3, they did the same thing.
So
So,
we're expecting to be able to play as 8 characters?
8 different characters, yes. If my thoughts are correct.
Do you think they'll have different gameplay mechanics for each character?
That I'm not too sure about, because if you look back at Halo 3, everybody played the same. It was just a matter of who was first player, second player, third player, fourth player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they the elites looked different. Their screens did, but all the mechanics were the same. But
Yeah,
that Halo 3 was like 8 years ago.
yeah, I know. But what I'm trying to say is like they're trying to implement that into Halo 5 now that you can play as different characters, well, different players and the thing. And I also think they're going to the Halo 2 approach when they come into the campaign while doing the split campaign. Like you had the storyline of the Arbiter and the storyline of Master Chief. I think they're gonna be doing that with the storyline of Master Chief and the storyline of Agent
I
Locke.
really like that. I like playing as the two
I love
different.
the Arbiter.
Yeah, I like that too. And what I think is going to happen in Halo 5 is when you're playing as Agent Locke's team, you'll be playing as his whole team. So first player Agent Locke, second player Macer, third player,
Wait, Macer's in Halo 5?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ah.
third player Buck from ODST, and fourth player Romeo from ODST.
Mr. Ding.
So that's my prediction for that. And for Master Chief's team, you have the rest of the blue team, which is Master Chief himself, Kelly, Linda, and Fred. Yes,
Lucy. Lucy or Fred?
Fred. It
Or
was
did Lucy
Kelly.
die?
I think. Well, Lucy was a Spartan 3.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that's my prediction for what's gonna happen in Halo 5, and I think Nightfall indirectly kind of led to Halo 5 instead of Halo 4.
Do you think they're gonna have Gerard,
Who?
the guy from Hunt the Truth?
Oh, I think he's gonna be in there somewhere. I think he's gonna be like a, because like if you remember, Forward Unto Dawn, the whole main character of that was a side character in the campaign, and I think
Lasky's
with
cool.
Lasky is cool, but he ended up becoming a side character, which was not cool.
No.
Yeah, I really wanted to see him like step up to Captain Del Rio and kick his ass or
Be
something.
cool if he became like a Spartan.
The fuck was that?
That was Del Rio.
Right. And
That
if
was a
they
bomb ass impression.
spot on. And what I think they're gonna do for Halo 5 is they're gonna take the Hunt the Truth stuff and they're gonna make him like a side character or something because the story is out there. You're probably gonna see his name thrown around a few times, but to be honest, he doesn't have anything to do with the whole war and stuff.
So have
I
we
think Spartan.
all four
Oh
of us
dear.
listened to 8th episode of Hunt the Truth?
Nah, I've only listened as far as the sixth one, but I mean, I pretty much know everything anyway.
Oh,
There's some pretty big things in 8,
before we go
but yeah.
into Hunt the Truth, what did you guys think about Forward Unto Dawn and Nightfall? That took up a lot of time talking.
I think Forward Unto Dawn is better than Backwards Unto Midnight, and no, I think Forward Unto Dawn is fun to watch every now and then.
Backwards off of midnight.
Yeah, backwards off of Midnight.
One I can watch over and over again is Halo Legends. Sorry, I didn't mean
Oh
to.
god. Oh no, it's
Halo
cool.
Legends is awesome.
Halo Legends. Oh man, I don't know. Kind of, it's annoying sometimes to me. At least like the Arbiter one is kind of cool, but the art style is like frustrating.
Yeah, there's different art styles because different art teams did each story.
I mean, I'm all for different art styles, but
The Spartan 1337 one was made by the same people who made Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon
Lee.
Halsey.
Yeah,
Was that good or bad?
I liked it. I mean, it was
That was
definitely
good.
not Halo, but
The only one I didn't
watching
like
it
was the
again.
Arbiter
Definitely
one.
not canon either.
Yeah, but it was fun to watch. But out of everything from Halo Legends, my favorite one had to be the one with the sergeant.
I liked The one that had
the
the
prototype. It was called. Sorry, there you go.
that had the crashed shipmaster. He was on the desert planet, or he wasn't crashed, but he was in the giant wasteland.
Was that the Arbiter one?
No, the
Isn't
Arbiter,
that the one where like one of the AIs was inside of the ship?
something like that.
That was
Yeah.
I think 1337.
Oh, okay.
That
Oh.
was Monk.
But no, it had a shipmaster that he was on the planet and he was either crashed or he went down there to like think he was on a pilgrimage or some shit.
Have any of you ever read the? Oh man, I don't know if I can find it. It's the Halo comic.
No.
I heard
Blood-
about
Which
it. I
one?
didn't get to read it though.
Bloodlines, I think it's called.
No, not that one. It's one. It's not like it's like a collection of short stories kind of. It's got like one with Johnson, one with the shipmaster that's pretty cool. I think one takes place in New Mombasa. I don't know where it is.
I love Johnson.
Yeah, he's
Rest
cool.
and Kill.
Have you heard like the myth behind him?
Yeah,
No.
I heard that he used to be one of the survivors of the original Spartan 1 project, which used to be called the Orion Project. And
Oh, I've heard that.
That's why he can withstand the flood.
Oh, he can withstand the flood because it created plasma grenades went off to his face.
He can withstand the flood because the flood doesn't like dark meat.
He can withstand the flood because of his immunity system.
Yeah, like the plasma screwed with his brain and they can't connect to his mind.
That's what the story is.
Yeah, that's the official.
Okay. The rumors I heard at the time were like he was a Spartan 1 that survived the augmentations and everything, but decided to take off the armor and become a Marine. Which was, it sounds believable, so I believed it. Also, Mendez is a Spartan 1.
Yeah. Frickin' imagine if Master Chief got infected by the flood.
That'd be one hell of a freaking fight.
Rippin' wrecked.
I think he has that armor.
The armor can still be penetrated because his neck
Penetration.
is not metal.
Yeah, but he has a shield.
Yeah. But the flood parasites can land on his shield. And this is a gameplay mechanic, but in the actual Halo universe, they can latch onto you, and they can send out like their little needle prong that penetrates you, and it goes through like the little neck stuff and goes right to your spinal cord.
Ouch.
And Master Chief actually almost got infected in one of the books.
Which one?
I think it was Frick. I don't know.
You guys know how Shipmaster is missing half of his mandibles?
Yeah. Did they ever
Yeah.
explain how it happened to him?
Yeah, in that comic I was talking about, he's the flood infects one of the Covenant ships, and he has to go and try to rescue a prophet or something like that. And I think he gets into a fight with a flood thing that has an
Oh,
energy sword.
it's
and it,
called
like,
Halo
slices
the
off his
Flood.
mandible.
Okay.
What is?
Well, I think that was the story that Wart was referring to when he was talking earlier.
Yeah.
You said you haven't read any books, Dragon?
Huh? No.
Casual.
I hate you. Yeah, no. When they came to me in Halo, I played the games. I watched the movies, but when it came to the books, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know which would be canon and which would be like an alternate universe, so I just kind of left those alone.
They all have canon in it.
Yeah, you should pick up Ghost of Onyx. It takes place mid-story, but it doesn't really follow. There's no previous and there's no after of it. But it is.
It's just a one shot.
Yeah, it's like a one-shot kind of thing in the middle of the story.
Like, it takes place at the same time as I think Halo 2 and 3.
No. It takes place during 1 and 2.
Oh.
Yeah, because it talks about how the Halo ring was activated 2552, and then it started sending out all the Sentinels, drones and stuff in the middle of the book. Spoiler.
Okay, now I don't need to read it. 'cause
Drones
I
are
already know.
stupid.
Thanks.
Yeah, I read Onyx like 6
Thanks
years
for the
ago.
spark notes.
I want to read it again. It was really good. But yeah, what was your favorite? There was a bunch of different like stories within Halo Legends. Which one was your favorite?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, everyone's.
Oh.
The prototype one
Oh, I love that one.
and the
The
one with
Japanese warrior one, where they kill
that
each
one was
other at the end.
cool. Yeah, that one was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. The way that the art style the art style was really
I
really
was really
good.
excited for that because that was the first time I'd seen a female Senhili, which you never see in like the entire series ever. It's like the
Ever.
only time they're referenced,
Yeah, that was good to
and
see.
they're not canon though, so that upsets me.
Oh man. Oh, well. There's nothing else to make us think otherwise. So for us, that's technically canon. Wait, what about you,
Um,
Poyolo? What's your favorite?
I don't remember. It's been a really long time since I've watched. I mean, I don't know. The Arbiter one's really cool. I would that would probably be my favorite, but just that
or
art style makes me
no,
want to cut my face off.
the one where they all invade the Covenant ship, and don't they have to like plant a bomb or something? And that's when they start introducing, not introducing, but like they show Master Chief working with other Spartans, and then there was the female one that died.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I forgot which
You
one
know,
that was called, but yeah, they're in
you know which one I'm
space.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope.
yeah. Kelly was there, Master Chief was there, and there's a few other ones in there as well. You could actually see Blue Team in action. That was pretty awesome to watch.
I think it was the return is the one that I liked.
Which one was that?
Uh, it follows the tale of a Sinhili shipmaster when he travels to back to the human colony world Colo after he had glassed it, and he's looking to he's reflecting on his actions after the Great Schism.
Dang.
Yeah, well, it's very depthy.
Yeah. My favorite one is a little like for comedy. 'Cause I do like comedy. I liked 1337, but
Lee.
for actual
Kind of.
story and emotion and everything, Prototype was my favorite because it like in the beginning you had like, oh, what the hell happened here, and then you find out that the sergeant lost pretty much his whole squad, and then later on he goes on to redeem himself by taking possession of this
I like Prototype.
huge freaking Spartan suit.
Oh, okay. Okay? Um, what's all of you guys' favorite Halo weapon?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Assault rifle, because it's overpowered, and it's in every video.
Maybe in Halo 1, but
4.
Halo 3 is overpowered.
you
4.
Oh yeah,
know.
Halo 4 was overpowered, but it nerfed it.
Halo 2 when you got to dual wield needlers.
Noob. I say the battle rifle,
You.
mid to
That
long
was the
range.
only time I loved using needlers when I got to dual wield it and just cause hell wherever I went because it was fun.
I liked the target designator.
Oh yeah,
I
the
forgot
one
about
from
that.
Reach. Yeah, I
I
never
like the
seen it.
Covenant carbine.
Yeah, the freaking target or designated. I remember getting killionaires and killionaires trying to farm that achievement or farm that the commendation just to stay in that one little corner in sword base or right
If
side
not
sword base.
that, then probably the plasma or the spike grenade.
The spike
Those are
grenade is pretty cool. I like sticking it on vehicles and stuff. Instant destruction, and it works great in bubble shields too.
I
Yeah,
like
because
the
the needles bounced.
Yeah, and
I
it
like
killed everybody.
the blue sentinel beam in Halo 2.
That was pretty cool.
Mm.
Wish you could dual those.
I wish they brought it back for anniversary, but I'm not finding it anywhere in like
They did.
for
Yeah.
anniversary for custom
Uh-huh,
games.
it's in there.
Oh, I don't know about custom games, but
Oh, no.
Yeah, because that would have been cool to use in like a Star Wars kind of game type, you know?
we never finished our Star Wars map, did we?
We did not. We should
Remember,
get back to
don't cross beams.
that. Ghostbusters.
More like poop busters.
So you guys listened to the Hunt the Truth? They're called podcasts, but it's just more like an audio log to me.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
I think I heard one of them, if I remember.
Oh, you haven't
How many
listened
of
to
them
them?
are there?
Right now, there's like 8.
I think
There's
I've heard
8.
like one of them.
Oh, well, you're gonna have a lot of things spoiled for you.
I have a lot. Okay, that's fine. I didn't even know they were out, to be honest.
Yeah, they come out every Sunday, and it is pretty awesome to listen to. I like listening to them in the dark
Yeah,
while it's on blast while I'm sleeping. It's crazy. It makes it
that's a
feel
little
like I'm.
creepy.
It makes it feel like I'm him in this little room editing and stuff. It adds
Do you
more.
remember when you get
Shadow's
plugged by
imagination
Pharaoh?
wanders.
See, in the Hunt the Truth thing, what it's about is this reporter. His name escapes me. What was it? Benjamin Giroux.
Yeah,
He's hired by Oni to report on the Master Chief, to make like a news article about him, pretty much, so he could quote unquote reveal the truth about the Master Chief.
because Jiro was the first person to report on Master Chief.
So they hired him to do it. They gave him a few leads, and he started working on his stuff. Then little by little, he starts to piece together the story, because his job was from Oni, but he wants to really get to the truth. So he starts to follow up on different leads, ones that Oni did not give him, and the stories start to not add up. Then little by little, he starts to learn the truth that this person isn't really who he says he is, and this person is actually dead. So the whole entire time, he's just trying to find out the truth of the Master Chief, and at this point, Oni is trying to stop him.
Which kind of makes you wonder, why is Oni hiding all of this information?
If you listen to
Because
the
they're
last
Oni.
few, if you listen to the
Yeah, but
last two, the ones you missed, they actually explain why.
Do you actually know anything about the Spartan program? A whole lot?
Yeah, I
Uh,
do.
who?
Because one of the books I read had explained it as well, and he explains it pretty well in this. Um, Spartan program has little kids abducted, like six,
Oh,
seven,
yeah.
8 years old.
Not
They're
those
abducted.
And they
46
replaced them with clones.
flash clones that were destined to die.
Yeah, well, they replaced them with clones, but one of the major atrocities is that they were forced to go through like special ops military training at the age of at that age. Well, before long, they're also forced to undergo dramatic gene transmutation,
Well,
drugs,
the
all
augmentations
And
kinds of
didn't
like
shit.
happen until they were like
titanium
12.
frickin' stuff.
The
Well, yeah,
augmentations
I
don't
didn't
know.
they?
happen until 12. The
After all
extensive
of this
training,
training,
yeah, all the extensive training started right away after they were kidnapped. And he explains it in the audio logs how, like, this clone was born and bred to replace this person. So, all the people that this clone pretty much grew up to know, he they pretty much abandon him and they leave him into his room of people that care about him, but he has no idea who they are. Then next thing you know, this little kid just starts to get sick, and then these people that you don't know are just crying because you're about to die, and then you're completely confused, you're scared, and then you end up passing away, leaving a bunch of people grieving for you, and nobody knows what the hell just happened, pretty much. And
it's sad face.
it's pretty depressing when you actually look at it from that perspective. But that's what they did to the Spartan 2s, pretty much. They left a little clone of them that looked exactly like the person, sounded exactly like the person, until he died pretty much like a few months later. Now the parents think the person's dead when he's actually still alive and kicking ass in the army. Or the
Well,
navy, sorry.
getting his
Marines.
ass
In
kicked
the
in training at
Navy.
first.
In the whole audio log stuff, they explain how Oni was responsible for all that. Oni went to these colonies and tried to pretty much unite all the colonies, but the colonies did not want to be part of all that stuff. They wanted to be separate, independent. But Oni wanted to make sure everybody was united. They were forcing themselves on them, and the whole insurrectionist war started,
It
and
was
that's all
like
that happened.
political rape.
Yeah, pretty much. So Oni targeted these planets, and that's how they decided which people were taken. The Spartans were designed to fight the insurrectionists, not the Covenant. So this whole war that Oni has started with these planets, they were sending Spartans that they had kidnapped from childhood from those planets to fight back the people that they were supposed to grow up with.
To kill their loved ones and their family and
Ex-
their neighbors.
exactly. And nobody knew, well, no, none the wiser.
But really, they sent them to the Outer Ring planets right as the Covenant attacked, so they had Spartans in key positions to fight off the first incidents of the Covenant.
Yep. It was all pretty much just a coincidence. And that's pretty much what Hunt the Truth is like starting to reveal now later on to the show. There's a person that's helping him out. They're using a what's it called? The voice masking to keep their voice
Yep.
hidden. It's a female, that's for sure.
Probably young.
There's two people that I have in my head that could be. One of them, I hope it's not, and the other person, it would make sense. One person I have in mind is Cortana, that it could be. You know, somebody that can really good at hacking, that's really good at all that stuff, would be an AI that
But
can
it
master
doesn't
more.
sound like Cortana, though.
That's because the voice is masked.
Well, yeah, but she has it so her voice is just masked enough where it can't be traced.
Or figure
Also,
out who it is.
Cortana's dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be her, but she's dead. And if it is her, I'll be upset because she's supposed to be dead.
Well, she supposedly supposed to be dead, but remember, there was like thousands of copies of her at the end. She could have sent off 1 or 2 copies.
Maybe.
Or maybe one copy got corrupted.
That could also be it. The other person I have in mind is Dr. Halsey. Now,
Too
she,
young to be Dr. Halsey, I think.
it could be her. Again, it's voice
Yeah, no.
masking. So it could be her, you know,
Her
trying to
clone.
fight back to. If I'm trying to fight back with against Oni, because right now, if you played Spartan Ops, you know that Dr. Halsey is on the side of the Covenant.
And she lost an
Yeah,
arm.
Yeah, well, she's not really on their side. She's just against Oni, against the UNSC, against
the enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing.
yeah, exactly. So I have that's why I believe it's her because she has, you know, a purpose. She has a motive to do all this, and
But
she has
she's
the skill.
also like, I don't think Pharaoh's lying, and she's being very ignorant of the events that are happening in the outer realms,
That kind of
which
sounds
I
like Halsey.
think Halsey would know more about what might be happening.
Hmm. So it might be somebody new.
It could be somebody new. It could also be what's her face? The girl from the second Halo series,
Nightfall,
Nightfall. Yeah,
Macer.
Mesa. Yeah,
She's on Agent Locke's team in Halo 5. I doubt it's her. She's Oni. She wouldn't be
frick.
going against Oni if it's
Yeah,
yeah. So there goes that.
Lucy.
No.
Lucy's still
No.
pretty young.
Isn't she like 40?
No, um, she was Spartan 3.
Oh, right, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah,
I think
Lucy's the
Spartan 4s
Spartan
are really
3,
cool.
Yeah, but she
and
doesn't talk.
she's. I don't. Did Lucy lose her voice, or was that?
That
That
was
was a
Lucy.
Spartan 2 on Blue Team.
No, that was Spartan 3, Lucy.
Frick.
At the very beginning of the book. So again, you're two for
Well, I
two.
haven't read Ghost of Onyx in a while, so.
Ooh. Alright, what else were we missing? What haven't we talked about?
Let's see. What haven't we talked about?
Well, how about least favorite Halo enemy?
Yeah, that sounds too cliche
Mm,
to talk about.
Well,
We can
you're
talk about this.
cliched.
We can talk about the story leading up to Halo 5. We can end off on that.
yeah, there's
The
quite a
sto-
bit to talk about.
the story
Well,
so far.
the Covenant is kill, and then Cortana is kill, and now it's Halo 5.
Like how there's also a possibility that um both Cortana and the Didactor are still alive in the same way that the Librarian is.
Well, I have a feeling that the Didact is still alive. Because there
Bro, he
was
got exploded.
No, he just fell into something.
Like,
What they want you to think. It's a conspiracy. Illuminati.
he fell into the key thing that I can't remember what it was, but they fired it on people, and it sucked them up and turned them into Prometheans. He fell
Maybe
into
now the
that,
Didac is a super Promethean.
and he's the leader that he controls the Prometheans.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
Well, he already does control the Prometheans.
I don't know if you guys watch Doctor Who, but it reminds me of the Cybermen, where the guy who creates the Cyberman is turned into a Cyberman.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's what it
You're a
reminds me of
Cyberman.
what might happen.
I doubt it. So, end of Halo 4, everything we know of right now, leading up to Halo 5, Cortana's dead. She's dead. Or she's supposed to be dead. Dr. Halsey lost an arm. And she's pissed off at the UNSC and pissed off at Oni. Um,
Um, the Covenant has his data chips towards other Halo rings
data
or
chips.
something. I can't remember what they were going after in Spartan Ops.
Oh
They've
yeah,
got
yeah,
those.
yeah. The little like the chips. The UNSC has one, and the Covenant have the other one.
Hmm.
Combined, they're supposed to make like a key, but each of them have one, and they don't know that the other person has the other one. They're just looking at it like, what is this? So
Halsey knows though.
Halsey knows, and she's keeping it a secret from everyone.
But why?
Personal gain.
Personal gain. She can work people to her advantage. She can figure out the secret herself.
And she doesn't need anybody's help. The only thing that she needs their help for is keeping her alive. So yeah, and Master Chief has gone rogue, pretty much, based off
Does
of his.
anybody know why? Is he like looking for a way to get
Um,
Cortana back or something?
I think that's what
I
he's
have
trying
I
to
have
do.
a few theories too because in episode 8 he kidnaps that peace talker ambassador guy.
The ambassador, yeah.
He also escorts the alien entourage out of the facility. It only has one sentence relating to it, but it says that, and I think he's trying to disrupt Oni's plans of whatever they might be trying to do, lying to aliens maybe, and he's trying to make sure that doesn't happen so they don't get allies that they lie to and use.
Yeah, I think that might be the case too.
I'm excited.
Do you think Master Chief is working with Halsey now?
Um, I don't think so.
He might, because every Halo game always has that little voice in the back of your head. And what's it called? Master Chief, he's looking for answers. So he's been looking for Halsey throughout Halo 4, pretty much. Technically, didn't have the chance to, but he really wanted to find her. So what I think happens after the events of Halo 4, he actually did go search for her.
But to go in search of her would also be going in search of the Covenant. What's left of the Covenant.
Probably. And once Master Chief finds her, he probably finds out where the rest of Blue Team is, or he probably finds Blue Team and then goes to find her. And then in Halo 5, the little voice in the back of your head is Halsey telling you what to do. And telling you what to do is probably, like kidnapping the ambassador at that meeting.
It just makes me curious because I don't remember, but did Halsey have an arm missing at Ghost of Onyx?
She did not. She had both arms.
Okay. There's That's the thing. I don't know if the end of Ghost of Onyx is considered canon.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure they get out somehow,
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose.
and then
It
Halsey
could just be
goes to.
one thing that having her arm, that's the only thing that's not canon.
Yeah, it might be that. Yeah. Who knows? Well, the Spartan 3s already existed, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Halo 4 took place way after Onyx. It's a matter of who got them out is the question.
Who or how or where that place even led to.
But yeah, I think it's a good point to wrap up on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Master Chief doing?
Well,
Whose side is he on?
he's on his own
He's,
side. He's his own man.
he's dicking around in space.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's on mankind's side in some way. Or maybe he is just crazy.
Nah, he has a reason. He has to.
All Nah, he's old.
He
All he
is
knows is
old.
war. It's PTSD.
Maybe the drugs accelerated his brain, and his brain's actually like 70.
He's acting like the freaking Vietnam veteran from Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, he could very well be going crazy, and they're gonna kill Master Chief off.
Well, who knows?
I would cut off my toes and mail them to 343 and say this is what happens when you kill the chief.
My toes get cut
I've
off.
heard people want Chief to die because he's too robotic and they need some other character with more character.
They
No.
gotta make him like choose to like blow up all the enemies or control the enemies or combine forces with the enemies.
Well, we'll find out when Halo 5
Like
comes out.
Mass Effect 3.
We'll find out when Halo 5 comes out.
At least we know that the multiplayer is going to be amazing.
Yes, we do. Thanks to the beta.
Multiplayer was fun. It's still a little too competitive.
You're a
It's
little too
supposed to be.
competitive.
I just hope the forging is good in that game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
So yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I've been Shao the Boss, that's Boss with a Zero.
BxA.
I'm BxA Dragon, and that's Dragon with the silent J.
Um, um, I'm Poyolo, not related to the phrase YOLO.
And I'm Wart 1. Still contagious.
Not really contagious. I want to
I'm
thank you
very
guys.
contagious.
I want to thank you guys for joining me for this episode of the
You now have
Johncast.
warts in your
And
ears.
make sure you guys join us next week where we talk about horror games and horror films and horror shows.
Ooh.
We might just focus on the games.
That sounds
bit.
horrible.
We might focus on just the games bit, but for the most part, it's going to be horror related. We probably should have saved this for Halloween, but oh well. Thank you guys for watching.